Pop Squat, coming at ya. We've got some more music from EVILGIANE from Surf Gang. I'm looking forward to this. This is an EP sent in by Jonathan. Jonathan, thank you so much for sending this in. I know it's been a while since you sent this, and I'm finally getting around to it. I'm also working on getting back to doing some albums. I hope to do maybe one this week in addition to this EP. And let's check this out. First off, I want to know, I've got a picture of EVILGIANE over here on Genius, and he does indeed appear to be a young African-American man holding a teddy bear. He's so cute. I wonder if he's in Tokyo or China in this picture, because it kind of looks like a store from there. And I'm wondering if this picture here of this boy is him as a little boy, or if it's maybe his son. But cute little kid. We're going to check out the EP gianee, Gianee, which came out in 2022. There are only 4 tracks on here. I think it's about 13, 14 minutes long. Let's click into this and see. 4 tracks, 14 minutes long, yeah. And it came out about a year ago. It is hashtag ambient, and I don't see any other information here. So let's dive into this. Jonathan, once again, my name, brother. My name is also Jonathan. Let's check this out. Thank you for sending in some money for me to react to this. I've really enjoyed what I've heard from EVILGIANE, and I've really liked a lot of the different Surf Gang stuff we've listened to, so I'm hoping this is going to be, I'd say similar, but they kind of vary quite a bit. So let's check this out. The first track is called Mistake, and that's what we're going to listen to. It's funny because I almost get like robot voices from some of the more robotic members of the Star Wars universe. And is Gianni? Let's see, Gianni. Oh, Chenhu, Chenhu is his last name. That's a cool name. I wish I knew how to pronounce it. Known professionally as EVILGIANE, is an American record producer and rapper. Okay, so he is the producer on this. So I think this whole album could be all just ambient. I'm hoping there's some rap and stuff in here, but I really don't know. I love the experimentation already on this. We're 30 seconds in, and I'm already talking about how it sounds like robot voices and things like that, and yet it's still just music that's sort of flowing along, and I'm digging it. Also interesting to listen to this and not really have a sense of a beat, like a 1, 2, 3, a count, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, that's completely incorrect. But then for like the more robotic stuff, and then there's that little, I don't know if it's piano or what it is that comes in, and there's like actually an instrument being played, and that absolutely does have some kind of count going on to it, but it's not the same as kind of the robotic parts. And so again, we see this thing with a producer where he's like, I just want something that sounds interesting. Nobody's going to have to rap over this, at least not in the state it is now. Like maybe somebody could use this as a sample for something in the future, but it just is, I just want to make something that sounds good. this does really make me think of, I'm stopping a lot. This is only a minute and 35 seconds in. What this really does remind me of is this could easily be used as inspirational music for scenes in a movie, right? As part of a montage in a movie where somebody is like watching some things happen and stuff is kind of moving past them, and they're like, it sounds to me like somebody looking up and looking at all this amazing stuff that's happening around, and I don't have visuals for what that stuff is, but that's kind of what I get out of this music, is somebody who's like, I just see a picture of somebody sitting there looking up and just being amazed at everything that's around them, and it's just sort of a cool idea to like think about using this as inspiration for something like a movie. And it could be used in a movie in the right sort of scene. The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, I think, is the first thing that comes to mind, is like, I could hear this song in that movie. Love the addition of the drums. It makes me think of like old electronic, not EDM, but like old electronic music where maybe some of the calmer tracks from like Chemical Brothers or something like that. It's really good. This is a really good song so far, and it's weird to say that for what is an ambient music song, but I love it. It's also probably much more obvious to me as I'm sitting here looking at the visualizer up here on this track, but you can probably kind of see it on the screen right now. But it's on this constant sort of this sort of like rising action, rising sound as it goes on, and it's very subtle, like it's almost flat, but it just slowly continues to build and build and build and build, and it doesn't get super high. We're not building to like a huge crescendo of anything, I don't think. I mean, we don't have that much left in the song, but it's a really great effect in the song itself, because you constantly feel like you're going like just a little bit higher, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and it's really nice. nice, kind of fades away. The robots continue to talk. Yeah, what's the mistake in there? That is a really great track. That's a great track for thinking. That's a great track for getting work done. It's a great track for just walking along and enjoying the day, or going to the gym and just being able to be alone with your thoughts. You don't have to be distracted by a ton of different lyrics and like a song that's all over the place, that's really like trying to disrupt you, and this song does have disruptive elements to it, but it serves this purpose of just all being very I don't even want to say uniform, but like this beautiful stew of sounds that I just think this is a great song. I'm absolutely 100% downloading it. So that's the end of Mistake. Now we're going to go on to Choice, the next song. This has kind of some of that almost backwards musical notes, but I don't think they are. But it still kind of gives that effect. It's cool. I think it sounds good. There is sort of a high buzzing sound in this that makes it a little too invasive for me to enjoy, as like I was saying on the last song, just a song to listen to, right? Like just to listen to and think and do my own things. Some people it might not bother. For me, that zzz that's up there really, really gets to me. Definitely sounds like cicada parts of it. If you don't know what cicadas are, I guess go look it up. Cicada. But that's exactly what that brings up in my head. I'm still sitting here smiling though. It's still a good song, even though it does really bother me that sound gets me, but it's a pleasant sounding song. So one thing I think is interesting, and maybe they'll still do it here, but it almost sounds like the notes are counting out 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and I just noticed it like a couple seconds ago, and I was like, oh yeah, it's sort of neat. Yeah, way too cicada sounding for me. But oh my god, most of the rest of that song sounds absolutely fantastic. Wow, looking at the sound signature of this looks like it's going to be a crazy track. 3 minutes and 23 seconds long. I have no idea what this is going to sound like. It is called Change. I don't know why these songs are called what they're called. Mistake was absolutely not a mistake. Beautiful, gorgeous sounding song. Choice, very, very good. Personal preference tells me it's not my favorite song on the album. Change is number 3. Don't know why it's called this. More of the backward notes sort of thing. That must be a theme on this album. Oh, this is so cool. It's so cool because I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, you would never hear this, or at least not in this big chunk, right? You wouldn't hear this on a rap track or any other sort of track. It's too confusing. It's too much for your ear, and yet it's obviously something that Gianee has been thinking about, and like, what can I do with this? I want to get this idea out of my head so I don't have to think about it anymore. So I don't try and squeeze it into a song where it doesn't fit. This is where people like him experiment with their own kitten, you hit the button. Experiment with their own music and style, and they can do whatever the hell they want because it's his EP, right? He's not having to come up with a beat that's going to be a hit song, right? Or that's going to be super popular with their fan base. And because I don't know if Surf Gang has anything that you can really qualify as like a hit song, like they're rocketing up the charts, and that's probably not what they're really concerned about. They want to make a living, obviously, but they're not concerned about being like a number one band, right? Come on, Kat. You're really awkward. But I love that he's playing with this, and he's going a whole hog on this particular track with like this weird sort of speedy sort of thing going on, and I love the sound of it. It's really, really fun to listen to. And it's just great. Like, this is the sort of thing that producers need to do in their free time when they want to make their own music. That they're not concerned about commercial success or commercial viability. They just need to get this shit out of their system so then they can make the music that everybody wants to hear, like the majority of their fan base wants to hear, right? This is very, very cool. This is actually probably another song I'm going to try and find and download because it's just too cool. cool. And kind of neat how it leads up to the heartbeat effect at the end there. Sorry, Sajik, what are you doing, you silly kitten? You're so crazy. You're so crazy. Wait, you're gonna get my face now? Yes, you're so sweet, aren't you? That's my headphones. Stop trying to take them. It's okay. You don't have to claw on my face either. You're so sweet. Okay, let's listen to some more music. Okay. Yes. I really like that track. Sorry, cat is very distracting. And let's move on here to the last song on the EP. This is called Grey, Grey. My preferred spelling of the word gray. I don't know why. I like it with an E. This is also the song with the second highest number of plays. The first one was Mistake with 9,000 something, and this has 7,800. So I'm imagining this is also going to sound good. This is the last track on the album. Thank you to Jonathan again for suggesting this. I don't do a lot of ambient stuff, but I love to listen to what producers do when they're able to do whatever the fuck they want to. So let's check it out. Grey is the name of the track. Gonna take a second. So this, to me, even in the first 10 seconds, not even, I kept thinking, this just sounds like a slowed down track. This sounds like a song that could be sped up, and it would sound very cool. I mean, I don't know if those are the exact notes that they would be, but it sounds like it could be something at a faster speed that would be a really kind of a cool sounding track that could be used as part of another song. Anyway, let's keep going. Very suspenseful sounding song. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking about like how this song could be used, and it would certainly fit in the right sort of movie, right? Like, it makes me think of like somebody investigating something in an alleyway in a city in the rain, and maybe that's why maybe that image comes to mind because of the name Grey, because it seems very kind of misty and rainy and that sort of thing. But it sounds good. I think that sounds great. I think the whole thing sounds really good. And like I said, for an ambient album, cats jumping around. For an ambient album that didn't have any lyrics, it turns out, I think that sounds really awesome. 3 out of the 4 songs I would absolutely download right now onto my phone. I'm going to see if I can go find this. I might download Choice, the second song, just because to have the whole album. But damn, the whole thing is very, very cool, and I love to see what producers do when they get to just do whatever they want. Because you get to see the stuff that's been sitting in their heads for a while, and that they need to do something with, just to get it out of their heads, so they don't keep coming back to it. Like, what can I do with this? What can I do with this? What can I do with this? Instead, just get it out, make something with it, and then you can move on to another idea. You don't have to be concentrating on that. And maybe as a result of putting this stuff on paper, quote unquote, he comes up with another idea using some of this, using some of something from here to create something even better. Everything that people make eventually turns into something else, and I think that's important. Like, it's important for them to do this sort of thing. So if this isn't what you like, but you like Surf Gang, you like the other stuff EVILGIANE is involved with, this is what allows him to make that other stuff, and I think that's super important to think about. And it's another reason why I fucking love music. It's just amazing. Jonathan, once again, thank you for sending this in. I really appreciate this. I'm glad I could get to it, and I'm gonna download a bunch of this music. So hey, Pop Squat, check it out. Please like, subscribe, and share. Bye bye. If you want to send me stuff, right down here. There's CashApp. There's my Patreon. There's CashApp. What's the other one? PayPal. I collect all that stuff every week or so and put it in my list and start going through it. If it's been a while and I haven't reacted to something, for the regular paid reactions, I'm at least a month out right now. And if that's too long for you, I totally understand. I have no control over how much music people send me, though, so I try to do it as quickly as I can. I do between 3 and 7 tracks a day, so I'm not slacking. It just kind of depends on what's going on in life, and there you go. Pop Squat. Check it out. I think I did that. Have a good night. I'll be back tomorrow with some more musique. Bye-bye.